What are the differences between Eastern and Western religious philosophy? Have you ever wondered how Eastern and Western religious philosophies differ? It is fascinating to see how these two traditions approach the nature of reality, the self, and the ultimate purpose of life. Let's break it down into some key areas. First, let's talk about the concept of the divine and reality. In Eastern religions, such as Hinduism, there is often a belief in pantheism or monism. This means that the divine is seen as being present in everything around us. For example, Hinduism speaks of Brahman, which is the ultimate reality that is identical to the inner self, known as Atman. This reflects a non-dualistic view where the individual self and ultimate reality are one. On the other hand, Western religions like Christianity, Judaism, and Islam generally hold a theistic view. In this perspective, God is seen as a transcendent being, existing separately from the physical world. God is viewed as a personal entity who created and governs the universe, distinct from the creation itself. Next, let's consider how each tradition understands the self. Eastern philosophies often see the self as interconnected with the cosmos or even as an illusion. For instance, Buddhism teaches the concept of anatta, which means no self. This encourages individuals to detach from their ego to reduce suffering. In contrast, Western religious philosophy emphasizes the individual self as a unique creation of God. Here, the soul is believed to persist after death and is accountable for moral choices made during life. Now, let's examine the ultimate goal or purpose of life in these traditions. In Eastern philosophies, the aim is often liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This liberation, known as moksha or nirvana, is achieved through self-realization, meditation, and ethical living. Conversely, Western religions typically focus on salvation or eternal life with God after death. This is achieved through faith, obedience to divine laws, and moral behavior. When it comes to ethics and morality, Eastern religions often emphasize karma, which is the law of cause and effect. This means that actions in this life influence future rebirths. Moral behavior is tied to maintaining harmony and balance. In contrast, Western religions often base morality on divine commandments, such as the Ten Commandments, which outline clear distinctions between sin and righteousness. Finally, let's look at how knowledge and truth are approached. Eastern philosophies value intuitive and experiential knowledge gained through practices like meditation. Truth is sometimes viewed as beyond rational explanation. Western philosophy, however, has a strong tradition of rational inquiry and debate, seeking objective truths through methods like the Socratic method and scientific investigation. In terms of community versus individualism, Eastern traditions often emphasize the community and cosmic order, viewing the individual as part of a larger whole. Western traditions, however, stress individual responsibility and a personal relationship with God, highlighting personal faith and conscience. These differences illustrate the diverse ways in which humans seek to understand existence, the divine, and their place in the universe. Both Eastern and Western religious philosophies offer rich perspectives that have shaped cultures and spiritual lives around the world.